This video is sponsored by GamePrint. GamePrint gives you the ability to 3D print your customized Star Trek Online ship with your own ship name and number. Hello everyone, Zeph Films here with another visual review, and as promised, this one is on the Pathfinder class. This is essentially the T6 Voyager or Intrepid class, but it's called the Pathfinder. I believe, if I remember correctly, this was modeled by Thomas Moroni or Thomas the Cat. And if I also remember correctly, this is one of the first Tier 6 ships that was released. I think this came out with Delta Rising. And I love the design of this ship. I always thought the downward swooping nacelles were a little bit weird, but it's something that's really grown on me. So yeah, I can definitely see where some of the influences or some of the elements of the Intrepid class was taken and used for this T6. And I also see this looks like kind of like the Manticore deflector here at the front. And then the nacelles. This is a style of nacelles that we've seen on a lot of the T6 ships. Like the one that stands out the most to me right now is the I want to say Andromeda class, the T6 galaxy, essentially, speaking of galaxies. Yeah, just a really sleek looking design. And also a great, like, if you're looking for a good science ship, and not going to go like the Lockbox route or whatever, and you have some spare change to throw to the Zen store, this is actually not bad of a science ship. And talking about the performance of this ship, so it is a 3-3 like most science ships, but it does have a secondary deflector. So this deflector, you can get a better one. So for example, I have this secondary deflector that I use on my build called the deteriorating secondary deflector. This one boosts my EPG a bit, as you can see, but there's a bunch of different ones. I'm not going to get into that because that's not my lane in stow, but we will go over the basic stuff on here. So as I was saying, it's a 3-3 with a secondary deflector, 3 device slots, 3 engineering console slots, 5 science console slots, and 2 tactical console slots. It does have a universal console, the Aero Shuttle Bay. So when you activate this, you launch a level 66 attack craft, which will aid you in battle. And this Aero Shuttle has abilities such as phaser beam arrays and phaser dual beam banks, quantum torpedo launcher, tractor beam, beam overload, viral matrix, and jam sensors. And there is a 1 minute and 30-second recharge on this. So as you can see in my power tray, there is the clicky. So if we hide everything, so the Aero Shuttle will pop out of here. So let's watch that. There it is. I believe this is something that the Intrepid class was supposed to have. But there goes the Aero Shuttle. Bye-bye. Come back. We can go do some quick pew-pew after we go to the ship tailor. But let's continue looking at the stats. Alright, so this has a mastery which is called Ablative Field Projector. So whenever you activate a shield healed, you get 3,000 temporary hit points for 15 seconds. And this could be to yourself or to, I guess, a target. So if you target an ally and hit shield healed, they get 3,000 temporary hit points. That's what I understand from this wording. Taking a look at the bridge officer stations, we have a Lieutenant Universal Station, a Lieutenant Tactical Station, a Lieutenant Engineering / Intel Station, a Commander Science Station, and a Lieutenant Commander Science Station. So this is definitely a good science ship. A lot of officer seating for different science abilities if you so desire. I don't think it's definitely not one that matches the like the Mirror Crossfield, for example. But if you want to do some pretty good science magic stuff and melt stuff with science, you can definitely do that with this ship. But yeah, with all of that out of the way, let's actually recall the pet And then we'll look underneath here. We'll see it swoop under and dock. There it is. And it's docked. Alright, let's go to the ship tailor and take a look at the different visualization options available to us in there. Can I just say, actually, before we go, going back to the design of this, I want to get a little bit closer look here. I love these little impulse engines that are off the back. Like these two pieces that kind of separate from the rest of the hull and hang off the back are actually just really cool. It's something small but really stands out to me. Yeah, it's a really nice design. I can see definitely a cross between a Prometheus class and an Intrepid here, minus the 4 nacelles. The back end here really reminds me of a Hestia or a Prometheus. And then we have the spearhead like an Intrepid, and the deflector like a Manticore. But yeah, I'm gonna stop fawning over this, and yeah, let's go ship tailor now. Alrighty, so here we are in the ship tailor. As previously seen in the Intrepid class video, we're gonna see a lot of the same options here, especially for a template. So we are looking at the Pathfinder. But if you have the ship, you can use the Intrepid, the Discovery, the Cochrane, and this one, which I can't remember how to pronounce. I'm sorry. I'm not going to try. Back to Pathfinder. So it's defaulted to Intrepid Windows. We had a weird bug last time where... Okay, no, it's not happening this time. So Intrepid Type 1, Type 2, Type 3... and Type 4, but we'll put it back on the Intrepid. If you buy the ship by itself, it does not come with the interior, but there is a bundle where you can get the ship and the interior, which comes with the Intrepid and the Voyager interior. But if you just buy the ship by itself, it just comes with the Origin bridge interior. Looking at the material, it comes defaulted with Type 7, as do most Tier 6 ships, but here is Type 1. I actually kind of like that red accenting down the center there. Type 2. Type 3. Looking at this red, I can't wait to see how the ship looks with the Fakiri shield. Type 4. A little bit darker. Type 5. Type 6. Type 6 looks pretty smooth too. I would say for 3D printing, if you didn't like the speckling, this black speckling, you can see it right around where my mouse is. If you don't like that black speckling on your 3D print, then what you could do is you could go to Type 6. Type 6 and Type 7 are almost the same thing. There's definitely some differences on the thrusters on the side of the saucer and some changes to the deflector, but you can go Type 6. Now there's Type 7. Upgrade. Upgrade actually looks not too bad. And Veteran. I have a feeling that's what the Aegis Shield is going to look like. But let's go Type 7. Go Advanced. Actually, let's try one thing. Let's go Type 6. And then... Oh, it's already selected to Andromeda. Okay. I was going to say maybe setting the Andromeda pattern. We'll put that black edge on the side, but nope. So... we can take off the Andromeda if we wanted to. Let's see. That doesn't change too much. No. Let's put it back on. And then you can obviously mix and match parts from different ships. So we can put Intrepid nacelles on here. Honestly, I think, now this is me personally, I think any other nacelles other than the Pathfinder nacelles just don't seem to... Okay, well, maybe those ones work a little bit. But the other one, I don't know. It just seems like the Pathfinder nacelles just seem to fit the best. The other thing you can do is change your pylons to Intrepid if you wanted to, and that ship tailor will automatically change it to Veteran for whatever reason. I think I like the Intrepid version more, to be totally honest. I've actually never tried it with Intrepid pylons on here, which I'm also assuming that if you went to warp, these would fold up like the Intrepid class. Interesting. Alright, let's put it back on Pathfinder. Let's just change the saucer to Intrepid for the... That's weird. So remember how last video I said the ship was kind of looking like a Sequest. the front part of the sub, well, it looks like it here again. And that looks really weird with the deflector. Yeah, it's kind of like a whale gaping mouth. Alright, so let's put it back to Pathfinder. Let's change this back to type 7. And let's 3D print this ship. And as always, I'll have a link down in the description. If you don't own the ship but would like a 3D print of the ship, you can follow that link and it'll take you there, and you can put your own name on it. Or you can print it as a plaque, which I want to thank our sponsor for this video, GamePrint. GamePrint just launched a new, fully customizable Star Trek Online Starship plaque. The plaque's design is inspired by the iconic ship wall in the USS Enterprise D's Observation Lounge. This wall featured an alto relievo style display of scale sculptures of 6 of the Earth vessels previously commissioned as the USS Enterprise. Currently, the plaque is available for most Federation starships. Choose your ship and customize the nameplate's ship name, registry number, commission stardate and sector, captain's name, and the ship's slogan. Alright, so let's go do a little bit of pew pew and see this little combat pet in action. Not really much to show this off combat-wise, so it should be short, and then we'll go to the shield portion, because I am actually really looking forward to seeing what the Fakiri looks like on this ship. So let's go do all that now. So I just wanted to show the nacelle configuration of the ship when it's out in sector space. So as you can see, they go from, I guess, a downward position to a being level with the rest of the ship. So it definitely looks really cool out in sector space. So that's how that looks, if you were curious and didn't know. Alright, so here we are in Pew Pew space. I'm going to launch our Aero Shuttle, is it called? Yeah, Aero Shuttle. There it is back there. Little thing. And maybe it'll automatically go. There it goes.
Warning, ship is under attack.
I think it just used viral matrix there. That's what that purple beam was coming from it. There's its quantum torpedoes. And it's using tractor beam as well. I'm trying not to fire my own weapons right now just to see how it's doing. We can see it. It's at 75% hull strength right now. Oh, there's his beam overloads. So definitely not a standalone kind of ship. It's really there for support. But pretty cool nonetheless. Anyway, with that little show out of the way, let's go to the Solenoid Dyson sphere and take a look at how this thing looks with different shields on it. Alrighty, so here we are in the Solenoid Dyson sphere, and here is another look at the Pathfinder. And like I said, it's an overall just an amazing design. Like, I don't know if anyone else other than Thomas Moroni was involved in the design of this ship, but to everyone involved, I'm sorry, you you rock this one. It's a really, really cool design. And I think that might be the bridge right there. The secondary deflector just looks really cool. You got some blue lighting on the underside of the hull, which is really cool. It's going to be interesting to see what those lights, if those lights change with some of the shield visuals. But yeah, that's enough talking. Let's look at some shields. Starting with the T5 Discovery Reputation Shield Array. So we see that bubbling effect again. Notice it more on the black parts of the ship, which makes sense. You don't notice it too much on the light gray section, which also makes sense. Next shield. Here is the Tier 6 Discovery Vanity Shield. The bubbling definitely stands out a lot more on here. Bubbling might be the wrong word to use to describe this effect. Let's go with swirling. The reason why I used bubbling is because it looks like a bubble. Like if you ever blew out the bubbles out of those little plastic things, it has that shimmer. Anyway, let's just continue, please. Here's the adapted Mako Shield Array, T5. Looking really cool. See the thrusters have turned yellow, and the patch there in front of the secondary deflector has also turned yellow, which looks really cool actually. Yeah, that looks really cool. Next shield. Here's the Omega Force Shield Array. Making things look a little bit more mechanical, machine-y. I don't know. You can pick the word that describes it best. Next shield. Here's the Tier 6 Omega Force Vanity Shield. Things are more purpley on this one. Next shield. Here's the Assimilated Shield Array. That looks pretty cool. There's one thing I want to see though. I'll wait till we loop back around here. Because I'm seeing a lot of the Assimilated on the Aero Shuttle. But if we activate it... Oh... Well, that answers that question. So the shield visual seems to carry over to the shuttle. I wish there was a way just to like make it stay here. Alright, so I'm trying to do this by hand. But there's the Aero Shuttle, and you can see that the shield visual has actually carried over to the Aero Shuttle, which that's pretty cool. Nice. Let's look at the three-piece on this ship. Alright, so here we are with the three-piece. There's the deflector. You know what? I'm not even mad that the top part of that deflector is clipping into the saucer. That looks really cool. And then there's the nacelle graphic and the impulse engine. Huh. That looks pretty gnarly, for sure. Alright, next shield. Here's the Lucario T5 Shield Array. I don't like how I like the dark parts to stay dark. Like, I know it's darker than the rest of the hull, but they seem to have lightened up with this shield. I don't know, it just looks messy. Next shield. Here's the Tier 6 Lucario Vanity Shield. Raisin in space. Next shield. Here's the Romulan T5 Shield Array. So pretty much all the I want to say black parts. 90% of it seems to have turned green. We still have some around the impulse engines there and the Bizarre collectors. But yeah, I would say 85-90% of the black has turned to green. Next, shield. Here's the Riemann T5 Shield array. Very shiny. Next, shield. Actually, one thing I want to point out, I've seen this talked about before. So you notice how when you have a window up, the shield changes. What I think is happening is when you have an interface up, it's turning off lighting 2.0. So we have the window up, and this is the best shield to look at it on, really. So when we have an interface window up, it goes all dark and stuff, right? If we make it go away, then it becomes shiny. But then if we go into options and go to graphics, graphics, and turn off lighting 2.0, there it is. Now it looks like what it did when the interface window was up. So I think I've seen some comments about the bug, and I think that's what's happening. When an interface window is coming up and you have lighting 2.0 on, which is pretty much the standard now, it looks like it's turning off lighting 2.0. So, yeah, just to address that comment. But yeah, next shield. Here's the Tier 6 Romulan Riemann Vanity Shield, which actually looks pretty sleek on this ship. That looks really good. Not even mad that it's green. Next shield, the T5 Dyson Shield array. For the most part, always a nice shield to look at on pretty much any ship. There's been a couple where it hasn't looked good, but this one is definitely nice on here. It eliminates a lot of the windows. Well, all of them except for the main big windows. I think that would be kind of hard to explain away with the shield visual. But the contrasting colors of the black and white look really, really good. It's got that nice marble finish for sure. Next shield. And here is the Tier 6 Dyson Vanity Shield. I prefer the T5 a lot more. I often wonder why with the T6 Vanity Shields from the rep, there's always like a purple, like why did they choose a purple as like kind of the color to base it around? Always been kind of curious about that. Next shield. Here's the Counter Command T5 Shield array. I know right now in live chat somebody's going to be like, Cobra! So, I hear ya. I don't think I'm too much of a fan of this one. Just seems a little, I don't know, out of place for me. Next shield. And here is the Tier 6 Counter Command Vanity Shield. And of course this Tier 6 doesn't have a purple hue to it, but I think I like the Tier 6 Counter Command a lot better than the T5 though. I can't wait to get to the Fakiri Shield. Oh boy. Next shield. The Delta Alliance T5 Shield array. Always a nice shield to see. I love that gray on the hull. I have a feeling that the Discovery is also going to look really good on here too. But yeah, that does look good. Next shield. The Tier 6 Delta Alliance Vanity Shield. Definitely has that military vibe to it. Not too bad though. Next shield. The T5 Iconian Rep Shield array. Again, never a fan of the swirling. And this ship actually shows one of the reasons why. It's weird when the swirls just abruptly get cut off. So, like right here, you have a swirl going and it's just like, it's gone and it disappears. Forget the fact that the red line looks really fuzzy, like graffiti, like somebody took a spray can to the side of the ship. But when flowing lines just get abruptly cut like that, it just kind of throws off the flow. Yeah. Anyway, next shield. And here's the tier 6 Iconian Vanity Shield. So yeah, like I was saying, like I wonder why they decided to go purple with this one. But then again, the argument could be made, why did they decide to go red with the T5? I don't know. Yeah, I don't like either of these shields. Next shield. The Terran Task Force T5 Shield Array. Always a nice shield to look at on any ship. Yeah, that looks pretty good. It almost seems to be too many little lights all over the hull for this ship in particular. Like if we're looking at it from the top here, you see all these like little purple dots down the middle here and at the sides and then underneath. I don't know. The purple dots up top kind of bug me a little bit, but overall, still an amazing shield. Next one. Here is the Tier 6 Terran Task Force Vanity Shield. Also a good looking visual on this ship. I don't know how I feel about all of that yellow right there, but yeah. Next shield. Here's the Tier 6 Temporal Defense Vanity Shield. I still have not found the T5 Shield array, so I do apologize. It looks like I'm going to have to get myself some temporal marks and get that shield back, because I think I might have discarded a ship while it still had the shield on it. Which, it happens. Oh well. Next shield. Here's the T5 Lucario Shield Array. Lots of Tron. Well, not lots, but a good amount. A good healthy amount. Definitely looks good on this ship, though. Next shield. Here's the Tier 6 Lucario Vanity Shield. Again, purple. I don't know why it took me so many visual reviews to finally ask why purple, but here we are. I don't think it works on this ship though, especially with like the red in the middle here. It just, purple and red, it's just, nah. Next shield. The Counter Command T5 Shield Array. Lots of diamonds on the underside, on the belly, and on the nacelles, and on the underside of the pylons. And then on top of the pylons and the nacelles. And down the area where it was black before. Might be too many diamonds for me, but we are looking at this up close, so if you were zoomed out you might not notice it so much. But next shield. And here is the Tier 6 Competitive War Games Vanity Shield. I don't think it matters how far in or out you are zoomed in or out. I think you're going to notice the gold. And I don't know. Gold just doesn't work on some ships. This one, I don't know, right now it just looks a little bit too washed out with like gold sticking out. It's weird for me. Next shield. Here's the Tier 5 Gamma Rep Shield Array. Now it makes sense why this in the Tier 6 is purple, because Gamma Rep Gemadar. Yeah. Next shield. And the Tier 6 Gamma Rep Vanity Shield. Said it once and I'll say it again. I love this color. I don't know if this is something that I would rock on this ship per se, but it does look good on it. Next shield. And here's the Aegis Shield array. I like the lighting on the edge, so if we're looking here, this little extra piece that hangs off the saucer there, got that blue light that just kind of traces right around it, and then up the middle, and then around, down. It just looked really, really cool. But I'm sorry, I kind of broke the flow here, so Aegis is definitely looking good on this ship, though. Yeah. Next shield. Here's the Breen Shield. We even lost the blue glow off of. I don't know if that's impulse or thrusters or what that is on the end here of these fins, I will now call it. But we lost that blue glow. Actually, we lost all the blue glow, apparently. Which kind of, yeah. Anyway, next shield. The Bajor Defense Shield array. I think this ship's too new for this shield to look good on it. Next shield. The Jem'Hadar Shield array. Yeah. Some of these older shields just don't do the ship any justice. Next shield. Alright, we are in the home stretch. Here's the Herc Lockbox Vanity Shield. Definitely liking the colors. Just that webbing, as always. It's kind of a little bit of an eyesore, but luckily it's kind of minimalistic on this ship, so. Next shield. The Ferengi Lockbox Vanity Shield. Not one I would pick, but again, this is all subjective. I can't wait for the Fakiri. Next shield. Here's the Kelvin Divergence Shield array. So you can kind of see the Bizarre Collector's got that weird little glitch. Oh man, it's doing it on the underside of the Bizarre Collectors too. Weird. I think, for me personally, it just washes out the ship way too much. I think it actually deletes some of the personality that this ship had to begin with. So, next shield. Here's the Discovery Lockbox Vanity Shield. So a little bit weird Bizarre Collector thing happening there again. But the shield visual overall, yeah, it's not bad. Yeah. Next shield. The Emperor's Lockbox Vanity Shield. Definitely looking good. I love that hull. Hull looks sharp on the ship. Next shield. The Section 31 Lockbox Vanity Shield. I love how the blue on the nacelles just pops. I hate how the Federation logo pops, though. That kind of just sticks out like a sore thumb right there. The shield visual looks really nice. Next shield. Here's the pink Vanity Shield. like it. It's like a giant pink neon sign in space. Next shield. The Fakiri Lockbox. No, not Lockbox. This is just the Fakiri Vanity Shield from Q's Winter Wonderland event. So, we still have a lot of that rusted look on the underside, which is okay, because if we're playing in space, we're not looking at the underside of the ship. But up top... Huh. I was expecting more red, like that deep red. Like we see a little bit of it right here and on the impulse engines, but I was expecting to see it a lot here down the side and onto these fins. And especially here in the middle by the secondary deflector. Oh man. The search for the ship that looks amazing with the Fakiri shield continues. And that is it for shields. I'm on holodeck, so I don't have access to the baseball shields, and I don't have access to the Zenkethi Lockbox Vanity shields. But oh yeah, so as I was saying with the Fakiri, I thought these black parts here would all be that like really nice Zeph red, as I stated in a previous video, and that didn't happen, and I'm a sad Zeph. Hashtag sad Zeph. Yeah. But anyway, thank you to GamePrint for sponsoring this video and channel, and thank you, the viewers, for coming and watching this visual review. I really do appreciate it. Yeah, let me know in the comment section what shield you thought looked the best on here. If you were as disappointed as I was with the Fakiri shield, and what you'd maybe like to see for a visual review next week during the Christmas week there. I will have some time to record some videos during the Christmas break, so I can keep you entertained while you are gift wrapping or whatever it is you do on the holidays. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you're new here, or if you haven't subscribed, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye.